Welcome in, folks. Hope you're having a great evening. Daddy wanted radio. He tuned it to a country show, and I was rocking in the cradle to the crying of the steel guitar. Mama used to sing to me. She taught me that sweet harmony. Now she worries cause she never thought I'd ever really take it this far. Just singing in the bars and chasing that neon rainbow. I'm living that honky-tonk dream, cause all I've ever wanted is to pick this guitar and sing. Just trying to be somebody, just wanna be heard and sing. I'm chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. Thank you folks for the birthday wishes. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And Natalie sent a coffee cup, 5 pictures and an old Dodge truck. Heading down to Houston for a show on Saturday night. Oh, this overhead's killing me. Half the time I sing for free, but when the crowd's into it, Lord, it makes this thing do and seem right. Standing in the spotlight, chasing that neon rainbow. I'm living that honky-tonk dream. Hey, Jason, cause all I've ever wanted is to pick this guitar and sing. Just trying to be somebody, just wanna be heard and sing. I'm chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. Daddy's got a radio he wanted 30 years ago. He said, son, I just know we're gonna hear you singing on it someday. Well, I made it up to music row. Lord, it don't the wheels turn slow. Still, I wouldn't trade a minute, I wouldn't have it any other way. Just show me to the stage, I'm chasing that neon rainbow. I'm living that honky-tonk dream, cause all I've ever wanted is to pick this guitar and sing. Just trying to be somebody, just wanna be heard and sing. I'm chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. Oh, I'm chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. Ooh, that one's too high to start with. I forgot it had a key change there for that last verse. Welcome in, folks. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. For all the dads out there, happy Father's Day. Oh, it has been an absolutely wonderful, picture-perfect weather day for the end, for June 19th. That's for sure. No humidity in the air today after it's been like 96 degrees last week and humid. We got a nice break this weekend. I hope the weather was nice where you were at. Took my little doggy for a walk this morning. That was more her treat than mine. And yes, it is my birthday today. It happens to line up with Father's Day this year. So thank you for the birthday wishes on that. So we've got some songs that are kind of father related. Got some that we've got picked out for that. Got fathers in it somehow, some way or another. But I've also got some other songs at the end that might be a free for all. You can give me your request, or I just do some fun songs that I want to sing for my birthday. But if you got anything, you let me know. But here is one that said, where Daddy said, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Think about that. And welcome in, folks. I saw Miss Ellie. I saw Justin. I saw Cosmic Kyle, Eric Kennedy, Jason Esser, Miss Ellie. E was in here earlier. Andrew Carlisle. Good to see you guys. Thank you for popping in. Let me know if it's sounding okay to you. Now, Daddy didn't like trouble, but if it came along, everyone that knew him knew which side that he'd be on. He never was a hero or this county's shining light, but you could always find him standing up for what he thought was right. He'd say you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You've got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise what's right and uphold your family name. You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Yeah, we'll do a George Strait song next. Thank you for that. Now we might have been better off or owned a bigger house if Daddy done more giving in or a little more backing down. Thanks, Kyle. But we always had plenty, just living his advice. Whatever you do today, you'll have to sleep with tonight. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. He'd say you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Now you've got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise what's right and uphold your family name. You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Now I know that things are different than they were in Daddy's day, but I still believe what makes a man really hasn't changed. You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You've got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise what's right and uphold your family name. You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Oh, you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Got a little frog in my throat. Most of the time I have to sing it, get loosened up, it'll go away. All right, so I wanted to hear a little George Strait. And my wife asked me, you're going to do the George Strait song for Father's Day? I was like, you know I am. Here it is, a little love without end. Amen. I got sent home from school one day with a shiner on my eye. Fighting was against the rules and it didn't matter why. When Dad got home, I told that story just like I'd rehearsed. Thank you, Andrew, I appreciate that. Then stood there on those trembling knees and waited for the worst. I'll do your song next, Andrew. And he said, let me tell you a secret about a father's love. A secret that my daddy said was just between us. Thank you, Jared. He said daddies don't just love their children, and every now and then it's a love without end, amen. It's a love without end, amen. When I became a father in the spring of '81, there was no doubt that stubborn boy was just like my father's son. And when I thought my patience had been tested to the end, I took my daddy's secret and I passed it on to him. And he said, let me tell you the secret about a father's love. A secret that my daddy said was just between us. He said daddies don't just love their children every now and then. It's a love without end, amen. It's a love without end, amen. Another key change. Last night I dreamed I died and stood outside those pearly gates, when suddenly I realized there must be some mistake. If they know half the things I've done, they'll never let me in. And somewhere from the other side, I heard these words again. And they said, let me tell you a secret about a father's love. A secret that my daddy said was just between us. You see, daddies don't just love their children every now and then. It's a love without end, amen. It's a love without end, amen. All right, there's a little George Strait for you. Probably my favorite Father's Day song right there. Oh, you are so welcome. It was on my to-do list tonight, so that was an easy one to throw in there. And Andrew had requested one earlier that I already had queued up. Now this one's a little bit different. It's you know, not everybody's perfect, so this dad wasn't perfect. But for me, this is one of the best written country songs. It's just got a story that grabs a hold of you, and it's a really good one. Ryan, good to see you in here, my friend. So if you've never heard this song, it was popular on the radio if you happen to be listening to it at the time. But it's not by a really, really famous country singer. It's Trent Tomlinson. He had like one or two other little minor hits, but this one grabs a hold of me. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's called One Wing in the Fire. Daddy's been a back row Baptist with his share of front row sin. His Saturday night still on his breath every Sunday when he'd walk in. He's never led the benediction. He's never sang in the choir. But he's an angel with no halo and one wing in the fire. Mama lives by the Bible lives by the bed. She's lied alone so many nights with scriptures in her head, praying, good Lord, just be with him. I know his faith is tired, but he's an angel with no halo and one wing in the fire. And I know he lives a little left on living right, and he's come close to going way too far a few times. But I'd trade 1,000 prayers if just one prayer would come true. Lord, please believe in him like I believe in you. Daddy's always been there for me, from T-ball to touchdowns. Fix my car and fix my heart when they've been broken down. I know he calls for more forgiveness than most folks do require. Hey Jeff, but he's an angel with no halo and one wing in the fire. And I know he lives a little left of living right. You gotta sway on this one, Andrew. And he's come close to going way too far a few times. But I'd trade 1,000 prayers if just one prayer would come true. Lord, please believe in him like I believe in you. Well, I just can't imagine what heaven might be like if me and Mama make it without Daddy by our side. Lord, could you please remember when it's time to call us higher, that he's an angel with no halo and one wing in the fire. Ooh, if you've never heard that song before, let me know how you like that one, because that's a good one for me. Hey, David, good to see you, my friend. Hope everything's going well. Now, how many of you, be honest, your daddy whipped you when you got out of line when you were a little kid? You know, little course correction. I didn't have a few, but a couple. And I didn't it didn't really take too many, and you know, I was able to get it to it took after one or two whippings there. But this one says, thank mama for the cooking and daddy for the whoopings on this one. So here's a little thank God for you, little Sawyer Brown. I believe it, David. I believe it. It worked. Well, I've been called a self-made man. Girl, don't you believe it's true? Several a day, I know exactly how lucky I am when I'm getting this close to you. It's high time I'm giving some praise to those who got me where I am today. I got to thank mama for the cooking and daddy for the whooping and the devil for the trouble that I get into. I got to give credit where credit is due. I thank the bank for the money, thank God for you. I don't know that Brad Paisley song well enough to do that one, so sorry about that. A strong heart and a willing hand, that's the secret to my success. A good woman, I try to be a good man. Good job, Lord, I know I've been blessed. Happy Father's Day, Shaky, just a part of a great plan. It doesn't matter which one I am. I've got to thank mama for the cooking and daddy for the whooping, the devil for the trouble that I get into. I got to give credit where credit is due. I thank the bank for the money, thank God for you. Uh-oh, what's better? Did something happen? I think I missed something. I got to thank mama for the teaching, daddy for the preaching, the devil for the trouble that I get into. I got to give credit where credit is due. I thank the bank for the money, thank God for you. Oh, I see what you did, David. Used your other account. Yeah, I've got to give credit where credit is due. I thank the bank for the money, thank God for you. I thank mama, I thank daddy, devil for the trouble that I get into. Well, I got to give credit where credit is due. I thank the bank for the money, thank God for you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so if anybody's out there watching on Facebook, it's much better listening experience over there on YouTube. Plus, these videos actually stay up on YouTube. Facebook takes them down because they are using copyrighted music. But Facebook or YouTube lets me keep them up, so you can go back and watch the replays and all that cool stuff. Oh yeah, that's a good one, Andrew. I might do that one in a minute. I want to do this Merle Haggard song right now. This is another. They've got several that tell some good stories tonight. This one, I don't know if it's a true story or not, but it sounds like it could be. Daddy Frank the Guitar Man. The little family had a little traveling band a long time ago. This seems like, and the father was blind, and the mother was deaf. So I don't know how they got this to work out, but it did. And it's called Daddy Frank the Guitar Man. Hope you enjoy it. Daddy Frank played the guitar and the French horn. Sister played a ringing tambourine. And Mama couldn't hear our pretty music. She read our lips and helped the family sing. That little band was all a part of living, and our only means of living at the time. And it wasn't like no normal family combo, 'cause Daddy Frank, the guitar man, was blind. Frank and Mama counted on each other. Their one and only weakness made them strong. Mama did the driving for the family, and Frank made a living with a song. Home was just a camp along the highway, a pickup bed where he would bedded down. Don't ever once remember going hungry, but I remember Mama cooking on the ground. And we're gonna have to restart this one. We're at the 121 mark. You never know if this thing's gonna mess up or not. I got a new Rodecaster Pro coming, so we'll see if that helps with any of this stuff. Let's get back into this. See if we can figure out where we were. Don't ever once remember going hungry, but I remember Mama cooking on the ground. Daddy Frank played the guitar and the French horn. Sister played the ringing tambourine. And Mama couldn't hear our pretty music. She read our lips and helped the family sing. That little band was all a part of living, and our only means of living at the time. And it wasn't like no normal family combo, 'cause Daddy Frank, the guitar man, was blind. Don't remember how they got acquainted. I can't recall just how it came to be. There had to be some help from someone, and blessed be the one who let it be. Fever caused my mama's loss of hearing. Daddy Frank was born without his sight, and Mama needed someone she could lean on. And I believe the guitar man was right. Daddy Frank played the guitar and the French horn. Sister played the ringing tambourine. Mama couldn't hear our pretty music. She read our lips and helped the family sing. That little band was all a part of living, and our only means of living at the time. And it wasn't like no normal family combo, 'cause Daddy Frank, the guitar man, was blind. All right, I do have a couple songs here. This one's got talking to Grandpa. So we have Grandpa here. Actually, one that's got a great grandpa in it. Bonus points if you know what country song has a great grandpa in it. Here's a good one, a little In Color. I said, Grandpa, what's this picture here? It's all black and white, and it ain't real clear. Is that you there? He said, yeah, I was 11. Times were tough back in 35. That's me and Uncle Joe just trying to survive a cotton farm in the Great Depression. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. raise that light. Oh, and this one here was taken overseas in the middle of hell in 1943 in the wintertime. You can almost see my breath. I'm in North Carolina. That was my Johnny McGee was a high school teacher from New Orleans, and he had my back right through the day we left. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. Yeah, picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those grades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color. This one is my favorite one. This is me and Grandma in that summer sun, all dressed up the day we said our vows. You can't tell it here, but it was hot that June. That rose was red and her eyes were blue, and just look at that smile. Man, I was so proud. Hey Hunter, hope you're having a good summer, sir. That's the story of my life, right there in black and white. And if it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color. You should have seen it in color. Yeah, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color. All right, let's liven it up here in a second. Let's do a little Johnny Cash. This one's about a boy and his dad, but it's a little different relationship here. They kind of got in a fight, and somebody's ear got cut off, and you know, it just goes on and on. Here we go. Oh, we got to talk at you a minute. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him cause he ran and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. No, it ain't. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars. I'd search the honky-tonks and bars, and I'd kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I had just hit town and my throat was dry, and I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table dealing studs, sat the dirty, mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my sweet old dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue, how do you do? Now you gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Yeah, I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile. Yeah, I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun and I pulled mine first, and he stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. And he said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gonna be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and that's the help to make you strong. Yes, I said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for that gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a gun that named you Sue." Yeah, what could I do? I got all choked up and threw down my gun. I called him a pawn, he called me a son, and I came away with a different point of view. Hey, Miss Sheila, thank you so much. And I think about him now and then, well, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George, any dang thing but Sue. I still hate that name. Yeah. That was from the great Live at San Quentin, or was it Folsom Prison? I don't remember which live album that came from. I think it was San Quentin. I like that one actually better than the Folsom Prison one. All right, so here's one that talks about the great grandpa. We just did In Color, which talked about grandpa. If I remember right, this is great grandpa. We'll have to listen to the relationship in the song. I think that's the way it goes. A little Randy Travis for you. He wore starch white shirts, buttoned at the neck. He'd sit and shake, watch the chickens peck. And his teeth were gone, but what the heck? I thought that he walked on water. Said he was a cowboy when he was young. He can handle the road, and he was good with a gun. And my mama's daddy was his oldest son. And I thought that he walked on water. Thank you, Andrew. If the story's told, only heaven knows. But his hat seemed to be like an old halo, and though his wings, they were never seen, I thought he walked on water. Then he tied a cord to the end of a mop. Said, "Son, here's a pony, keep her at a trot." And I'd ride in circles while he laughed a lot. Then I'd flop down beside him, and he was 90 years old. in 63, and I loved him and he loved me. And Lord, I cried the day he died, but I thought that he walked on water. If the story's told, only heaven knows. But his hat seemed to be like an old halo, and though his wings, they were never seen, I thought that he walked on water. I thought that he walked on water. How about a little Daddy, would you take me back to Muhlenberg County? A little paradise here. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. And there's a backwards old town that's often remembered so many times that my memories are worn. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where the paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train's done hauled it away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Artie Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we shoot with our pistols. But empty pop bottles was all we would kill. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train's done hauled it away. Then the coal company came with the world's largest shovel. They tortured the timber and stripped all the land, where they dug for their coal till the land was forsaken, and they rolled it down as the progress of man. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes flow down the Green River, let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Well, I got a couple of little bit more recent songs than those really, really old ones. It's one of my favorite Zac Brown songs, Zac Brown Band. This one tells a story, and some of you guys can relate to this one. It was father singing the song to his son, but he and his mom have split up. So, you got to go visit him on the weekend. You got to make that Highway 20 ride. So if you've never really listened to the words of this song, it's a good one. I'm going to key it down one. I ride east every other Friday, but if I had it my way, a day would not be wasted on this drive. And I want so bad to hold you, son, there's things I haven't told you. Your mom and me just couldn't get along. So I drive and I think about my life and wonder why that I slowly die inside every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line. And I count the days and the miles back home to you on that Highway 20 ride. Day might come you realize that if you see through my eyes, there was no other way to work it out. And a part of you might hate me, but son, please don't mistake me for a man that didn't care at all. And I drive and I think about my life and wonder why that I slowly die inside every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line. And I count the days and the miles back home to you on that Highway 20 ride. When you drive and the years go flying by, I hope you'll smile if I ever cross your mind. It was the pleasure of my life, and I cherished every time. And my whole world, it begins and ends with you on that Highway 20 ride. Whoa. 20 ride. Oh, 20 ride. Whoa. That Highway 20 ride. Whoa. And I ride. What do you guys think? Do you like that one? That's another one I just think is a well-written song. I'm sure Zach Brown probably wrote that song. I don't know, but it's a good one. All right, let's go back to the old school stuff for a minute. Let's do another Johnny Cash. Daddy Sing Bass. He had the when they did this one live, he would have the Statler brothers actually sing backup for him. So had the Statler brothers singing backup, and then he had the part of the Carter family, Maybelle Carter and his daughters, one of them that he ended up marrying, help them all sing on this one, as well as Carl Perkins, who wrote Blue Suede Shoes. They all kind of got together and sang this one. I don't know if I can get that low note or not, but we're going to try it. Here we go. I remember when I was a lad, times were hard and things were bad. But there's a silver lining behind every cloud. Just poor people, that's all we were, trying to make a living out of black land dirt. We get together in a family circle, singing loud. Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor.
me and little brother would join right in there. Singing seems to help a troubled soul. One of these days, and it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm going to join the family circle at the throne. No, the circle won't be broken by and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor.
me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. Yes, sir, I'll do my best. Happy Father's Day. Now I remember after work, Mama would call in all of us. You could hear us singing for a country mile. Now little brother's done gone home, but I'll rejoin him in a song. We'll be together again up yonder in a little while. Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor.
me and little brother would join right in there. Your singing seems to help a troubled soul. One of these days, and it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm going to join the family circle at the throne. No, the circle won't be broken by and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor.
me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. Here's another one that you may not have heard. It's a good Father's Day song. It's called Keep It Between the Lines. Ricky Van Shelton came out with this in 1991. I like it. Hope you guys enjoy it. If it don't make me cry, we'll see. He was sitting beside me in the passenger seat as I looked through the windshield at the quiet little street. He was smiling so proud as he gave me the key. But inside I knew he was as nervous as me. And I said, Daddy, oh Daddy, are you sure I know how? Are you sure that I'm ready to drive this car now? He said, I'm right here beside you, and you're gonna do fine. All you gotta do is keep it between the lines. 'Cause it's a long, narrow road. Only the good Lord knows where it leads in the end. But you've got to begin. So keep your hands on the wheel. Believe in the things that are real. Just take your time and keep it between the lines. I was sitting in my chair and sneaking a look at him lying on the floor with his coloring book. Then he called me watching and he climbed on my knee. He said, Daddy, oh Daddy, would you do one with me? Then I hugged him so tightly as we turned the page. Said, I haven't done this since I was your age. He said, I'm right here beside you, and you're gonna do fine. Daddy, all you gotta do is keep it between the lines. So we finished the picture and I put him to bed. I got down on my knees and And I bowed my head. I said, Father, oh Father, I feel so alone. Are you sure I can raise him with his mama gone? Then the answer came back, so gentle and low, in the words of my daddy from so long ago. He said, I'm right here beside you, and you're gonna do fine. And it messed up. Keep it between the lines. That's a good song. I got one more Father's Day song, and then it's going to be a free-for-all because it's my birthday. I'm going to sing what I want. Here's little Rodney Atkins, I'll be watching you. Driving through town, just my boy and me, with a Happy Meal in his booster seat, knowing that he couldn't have the toy till his nuggets were gone. A green traffic light turned straight to red. I hit my brakes and mumbled under my breath. His fries went up flying and his orange drink covered his lap. Well, then my 4-year-old said a 4-letter word, started with S, and I was concerned. So I said, son, now where'd you learn to talk like that? He said, I've been watching you, that ain't that cool. I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you and eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. We got cowboy boots and camo pants, yeah, we're just alike, hey, ain't we, Dad? I wanna do everything you do. I've been watching you. Eric, I know that one. That's one of the few songs that makes me cry. I just can't do it. I bowed my head and I prayed real hard. Said, Lord, please help me help my stupid self. Just this time later that night, turning on my son's Scooby-Doo nightlight. He crawled out of bed and he got down on his knees. He closed his little eyes, folded his little hands, spoke to God like he was talking to a friend. And I said, son, now where'd you learn to pray like that? He said, I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool? I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you, eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. We like fixing things in Mama's hand, yeah, we're just alike, hey, ain't we, Dad? I wanna do everything you do, so I've been watching you. With tears in my eyes, I wrapped him in a hug, said my little bear is growing up. And he said, but when I'm big, I'll still know what to do. 'Cause I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool? I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you, eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. By then I'll be strong as Superman, we'll be just alike, hey, won't we, Dad? When I can do everything you do, I've been watching you. Hey, hey, uh-huh. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the some Father's Day inspired songs. I'm glad he liked that. So, hello, Christian. I hope you're doing well, and you are very welcome for that. So, it's my birthday, so I'm gonna sing a few songs, and sometimes I feel like I'm just much too young to be this old. I'm gonna do a little Garth Brooks here. If you got any requests, let me know. If I can do them, I'll give them my best. Thank you, Andrew. Some good songs. This old highway's getting longer. Seems there ain't no end in sight. To sleep would be best, but I just can't afford to rest. I've got a ride in Denver tomorrow night. I called the house, but no one answered. For the last 2 weeks, no one's been home. I guess she's through with me. To tell the truth, I just can't see what's kept the woman holding on this long. And the white line's getting longer, and the saddle's getting cold. I'm much too young to feel this damn old. All my cards are on the table with no ace left in the hole. I'm much too young to feel this damn old. Play that fiddle. The competition's getting younger. Tougher broncs, I can't recall. The worn out tape of Chris Ledoux. Lonely women and bad booze seem to be the only friends I've left at all. And the white line's getting longer, and the saddle's getting cold. I'm much too young to feel this damn old. All my cards are on the table with no ace left in the hole. I'm much too young to feel this damn old. Lord, I'm much too young to feel this damn old. Anybody else feel like that? Let's see how many people are watching. There's 6 people watching. One of them is my dad. So besides him, anybody else want to guess how old I am today if you didn't already know? Here's a little digging up bones for you. Or for me, actually. Here we go. Last night I dug your picture out from our old dresser drawer. I set it on the table and I talked to it till 4. I read some old love letters right up till the break of dawn. A little higher, Andrew. Yeah, I've been sitting alone, digging up bones. Then I went through the jewelry and I found our wedding rings. I put mine on my finger and I gave yours a fling. Across this lonely bedroom of our recent broken home. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Exhuming things that's better left alone. Yeah, I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. And I went through the closet and I found some things in there, like that pretty negligee that I bought you to wear. And I recall how good you looked each time you had it on. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Exhuming things that's better left alone. Yeah, I'm resurrecting memories of the love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm resurrecting memories of the love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Hey, Dave, hope you're doing well, man. On the mend, left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Happy Father's Day to everybody, especially Dave, just came in. Dave's on the mend after his little surgery he had. Here's one I do. I just have this one in my head a lot these days. I'm gonna sing it because it's fun. It's my birthday. I'm gonna sing what I want. My daddy was a brakeman on a highball traveling train. My mama, she raised 4 little children. The family had a good name. And Papa and Mama wanted all for us they never had. Big brother, little brother, sister too. None of them turned out half bad. Said I'm the black sheep of the family. Forgot that first one, didn't you, Andrew? Big brother went to college and became a doctor, man. I guess he makes about $1 million a year on the folks on insurance plans. He's got a big, long Mercedes Benz and a house overlooking the town. And he sits in his jacuzzi and he watches the sun go down. And he feels real sorry for me. I'm the black sheep of the family. Yeah, I drive me a big old semi-truck. I'm making payments on that 2-room shack. My wife, she waits on tables, and at night she rubs my back. And I tell her what my papa said to my mama when he got off the highball train. Wake me up early, be good to my dogs, and teach my children to pray. I'm gonna lower this a key here. Little sister married a banker, yeah, he owns a country club. He bought her a big old racing horse and a funny looking little dog. He buys her big rings of diamonds and a brand new Japanese yacht. And they like to get together and talk about all the things they got. But they ain't ever mentioned me. I'm the black sheep of the family. Yeah, I drive me a big old semi-truck. I'm making payments on a 2-room shack. My wife, she waits on tables, and at night she rubs my back. And I tell her what my papa said to my mama when they got off the highball train. Wake me up early, be good to my dogs, and teach my children to pray. I'm saying, woman, wake me up early, be good to my dogs, teach my children to pray. All right, how about a little Brooks and Dunn? Let's do it. When the sun goes down on my side of town, that lonesome feeling comes to my door, and the whole world turns blue. There's a rundown bar across the railroad track, got a table for two way in the back, where I sit alone and think of losing you. I spend most every night beneath the light of a neon moon. Now if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. So watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. I think of two young lovers running wild and free, and I close my eyes and sometimes see you in the shadows of this smoke-filled room. No telling how many tears I've sat here and cried, or how many lies that I've lied, telling my poor heart she'll come back someday. Oh, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Oh, if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. To watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. Jukebox plays on, drink by drink. The words of every sad song seem to say what I think. This hurt inside of me ain't ever gonna end. Oh, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Oh, if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. To watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. Come watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. Watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. Ooh, boy. About little Mama Tried. I know it's Father's Day, but I just want to sing this one. First thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. One and only rebel child from a family meek and mild, my mama seemed to know what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, towards the bad I kept on turning, till Mama, she couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Hey, hey, welcome in. Happy Father's Day. Dear old daddy, rest his soul, left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes, working hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. She tried to raise me right, but I refused. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, 'cause Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Yes. About Lil Conway. She tried to hide it by the faded denim clothes she wore, but I knew she'd never been inside a bar before. And I felt like a peasant who had just met a queen, and she knew I saw right through her tight-fitting jeans. I asked her what a woman's like you doing here. I see you're used to champagne, but I'll buy you a beer. Hey, Billy. She said, you've got me figured out, but I'm not what I seem. Before a dance, I'll tell you about these tight-fitting jeans. She said, I'm married money, I'm used to wearing pearls, but I've always dreamed of being just a good old boy's girl. So tonight I left those crystal candlelights to live a dream. And partner, there's a tiger in these tight-fitting jeans. Yes. Thank you for getting everybody some power back on, Billy. We didn't lose it here, thank goodness. We had some trees down and stuff around. Oh boy, it messed up. I was about ready to blow it out there, guys, and it just, that happens sometimes. That key change. Key change. We danced every dance, and Lord, the beer that we went through. I'm satisfied I did my best to make her dream come true. As she played out her fantasy before my eyes, it seemed the cowgirl came alive inside those tight-fitting jeans. Yeah, in my mind, she's still a lady, that's all I'm gonna say. I knew that I'd been broken by the time we parted ways. And I know I held more woman than most eyes have ever seen. That night I knew a lady wearing tight-fitting jeans. Well, now she's back in her world and I'm still stuck in mine. But I know I'll always remember the time a cowboy once had a millionaire's dream. Lord, I love that lady wearing tight-fitting jeans. Yes. That's some more George Strait. Well, they call me the fireman, that's my name. Making my rounds all over town, putting out old flames. Well, everybody like to have what I've got. I can cool them down when they're smoldering hot. I'm the fireman, yeah, that's my name. Thank you, Billy. Last night they had a bad one a mile or two down the road. Well, my buddy walked out and left his woman burning out of control. Well, I was down there in about an hour or so. With a little mouth to mouth, she was ready to go. I'm the fireman, yeah, that's my name. Well, call me the fireman, that's my name. I'm making my rounds all over town, putting out old flames. Well, everybody like to have what I've got. I can cool them down when they're smoldering hot. I'm the fireman, yeah, that's my name. Burn 'em up, na na na. T-bird on a mobile. Now in a minute or less I can be dressed fit to kill. I would 24 on and 24 off. When they get too hot they just give me a call. I'm the fireman, yeah, that's my name. Yeah, they call me the fireman, that's my name. Making my rounds all over town, putting out old flames. Well, everybody like to have what I've got. I can cool them down when they're smoldering hot. I'm the fireman, that's my name. Yeah, they call me the fireman, that's my name. Yeah, it is. Woo. We'll do a couple more here. Take care, Billy. Hope you have a great week. Redneck girl likes to cruise in daddy's pickup truck. And a redneck girl plays her heart when she's down on her luck. Living for Friday afternoon. She's gonna show one old boy that weekend mood. And I pray that someday I will find me a redneck girl. Redneck girl likes to stay out all night long. She makes sweet rock and roll while she listens to the country songs. She's waiting for that moment of surrender. Her hands are calloused, but her heart is tender. And I pray that someday I will find me a redneck girl. Oh, give me a redneck girl. Give me a redneck girl. Yeah, give me a redneck girl. Give me a redneck girl. A redneck girl got her name on the back of her belt. She's got a kiss on her lips for a man and no one else. The coyotes howling out on the prairie. First comes love, and then comes marriage. And I pray that someday I will find me a redneck girl. Yeah, give me a redneck girl. Give me a redneck girl. A little more Merle here. And we're gonna end it on the fun one here in a minute too. We'll do one more after this. Well, my hat don't hang on the same nail too long. My ears can't stand to hear that same old song. And I don't leave the highway long enough to bog down in the mud. 'Cause I've got rambling fever in my blood. I caught this rambling fever long ago, when I first heard a lonesome whistle blow. If someone said I ever gave you down, they damn sure told you wrong. I've had rambling fever all along. Rambling fever, the kind that can't be measured by degrees. Rambling fever, there ain't no kind of cure for my disease. There's times I like to bed down on the sofa, let some pretty lady rub my back. Spend the early morning drinking coffee and talking about when I'll be coming back. 'Cause I don't let no woman tie me down, and I'll never get too old to get around. I wanna die along the highway right away, like some old highline pole. Rest this rambling fever in my soul. Rambling fever, the kind that can't be measured by degrees. Rambling fever, there ain't no kind of cure for my disease. Yeah. Well, thank you folks for hanging out with me for a little while, if you could. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And we're gonna do a fun one here. I saw that a lot of people are going on vacations now, and they're going to the beach and tropical places. I think if you're in the beer community here, we got DNC coming up with the mayor at 9 o'clock, and I think where they at, Costa Rica or somewhere like that. So I thought, well, I've never sung Margaritaville. Everybody knows that one. That's a good kind of karaoke song. We're going to end with some Margaritaville. A little tropical paradise for you. Sing along if you want. Or dance, whatever. Nibbling on sponge cake. Or watching the sun bake. All of those tourists covered with oil. Strumming my six string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost sugar song. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. I don't know the reason I stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. but it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How we got here, I haven't a clue. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame. Now I think it's my own dang fault. Cheers, everyone. Can't find my salt. Hey, Daniel. Hate it when this happens. I blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. But there's booze in the blender, and soon it will render that frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. All right, folks, hope you have a good rest of the weekend and a good week next week, and we'll be seeing you soon.